Hello friends and welcome to Gradeup. Hello everyone and welcome to Gradeup. So today we are going to discuss some legal reasoning passage based questions. Okay. So today we are going to discuss some legal reasoning passage based question. Yesterday we also did discuss some 5 questions relating to a that was given by the CLAT consortium. The CLAT consortium has released on 16th April some questions on legal reasoning. So today we are going to discuss the second part of it. Yesterday we did discuss 5 questions. Today also we are going to discuss another 5 questions. So up on your screen will be a passage. Read the passage very carefully and then we have to solve 5 questions. Up on your passage. Read the passage very carefully. Read the passage very carefully, friends. Please read the passage very carefully. This passage relates to the COVID-19 pandemic and the force majeure clause. A force majeure clause, a history of the force majeure clause that appears in common law system, which was borrowed from the Napoleon Code. A history of the same is given in the passage. Okay, friends, read the passage very carefully. Now, can you hear me? Okay. Now, can you see the screen clearly? Now, can you see the passage clearly, friends? Okay. So the passage is right now clearly shown on your screen. Read the passage. We go to the next slide. Read the passage very carefully. The passage talks about a force majeure clause. The passage talks about a force majeure clause, which is a common law which we know as a common law principle, which has its footsteps in the Napoleon Code, the code that was written and was stated by Napoleon Bonaparte. Okay. So most of you are done reading this passage, I guess. Most of you are done reading with the passage, I guess. Okay. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So we go to the questions. So we go to the questions. Question number 1 is up on your screen. Rohan is a freelancer. Rohan is a freelancer writer who writes marketing materials for various customers. He usually works from home but travels to customers' office on occasions. To negotiate a new contract, on March 15, 2020, Rohan executed a contract with a customer under which he promised to deliver 50 pages of marketing material to the customer by 31st of March 2020. The contract provided the following as force majeure events which would excuse a party from performing. So a force majeure event means an event that would excuse a party from performing his duty under the contract. They are fire, flood, and civil commotion. On March 24, 2020, the government announced a 3-week pandemic, a 3-week lockdown in view of the COVID-19 pandemic, prohibiting people from leaving their home and then to obtain essentials. Rohan wishes to use the force majeure clause in the contract to avoid delivering the marketing material to his consumer. Can he do so? The question is simple. Now, what does the force majeure clause talks about? Fire, flood, and civil commotion. Fire, flood, and civil commotion. Does it talk about a pandemic? It does not talk about the pandemic. There is no pandemic given in that clause. Am I clear? So the correct answer is absolutely correct. Lot of you have given me the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. Now, why is option C the correct answer? Since pandemic is not covered, you have to just look into the law. The law says fire, flood, and civil commotion. Am I clear? Did you understand? Am I clear, friends? So the law talks about fire, flood, and civil commotion. Whereas there, the government of India had announced a 3-week lockdown in view of the COVID-19 pandemic. Is it covered under the force majeure clause of the contract? The answer is no. Am I clear? So the correct answer is option C. Am I clear? Am I clear? Let's go to question number 2. Let's go to question number 2. Rohan speaks with his customer who agrees to extend the date for submitting the marketing material to 15th of April 2020, since Rohan also had to do a lot of housework in light of the lockdown. On April 3rd, 2020, Rohan falls asleep while smoking in bed. The cigarette fell from his hand and he was smoking and set his apartment on fire. But luckily, Rohan escaped without any injuries. Can Rohan now use the force majeure clause in the contract to avoid delivery of the marketing materials to his customer? Now, what is the force majeure? The force majeure clause, which is given in the passage, talks about which is not within someone's control. Now, what is the why? Where is force majeure clause dealt with? Suppose there is a fire, there is a flood, which is out of my control. Okay, suppose there is a forest fire. Suppose there is a forest fire. Suppose there is a short circuit. Suppose there is a short circuit. That amounts to something which is not under my control. But suppose if someone is smoking cigarette on his bed and the cigarette falls down and the bed and there is a fire in the house, is it a case of force majeure? Is it a case of force majeure? The answer is no. See, very categorically, it is given here on April 3rd, 2020, Rohan fell asleep while smoking in his bed. The cigarette fell from his hand and he was smoking and set his apartment on fire. Now, was this under his control? Yes. Yes, this act could have been prevented. Could have been prevented if Rohan did not smoke. The fire in the apartment could have been prevented if Rohan did not smoke. Hence, the answer is option D, that no, since the fire was caused by Rohan's negligence and not beyond something beyond his control. Am I clear? Did you understand question number 2? Am I clear? Did you understand? Option D is the correct answer. Option D is the correct answer, friends. Am I clear? Okay. So before we go ahead, I would request all of you to like the session and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Before we go ahead and understand other question, I would ask all of you to like the session. How many of you are present? Let me see. Please like the session so that I can understand how many of you are present and watching me live. Okay. I will explain you again. So force majeure talks about something which is not under a person's control. It is something like an act of God. Okay, force majeure is called act of God. Something like tsunami, something like a flood, something like a typhoon, something like that. Okay, a flood, an earthquake. These are called force majeure, means act of God. Now, if a fire comes out of your hand because you are smoking, is it act of God? Am I clear? So this case is not an act of God. This is not a force majeure. Am I clear? Am I clear? Question number 3. Let's read question number 3. Rohan finally delivers the marketing material to his customer on 15th April 2020. Now, the person, Seth, however, says that he cannot pay Rohan since he has lost all his money which he had kept in the desk drawer at his home. The desk was placed in the corner of a room and the ceiling above had a leakage of water for the past couple of years. Thinking of it as a small matter, however, Seth did not move the desk and kept the money elsewhere. During the lockdown, however, the ceiling finally gave away and the water tank of the Seth's building, which was right above, collapsed and flooded Seth's house. Seth now claims that he is not bound to pay as force majeure clause of the contract protect him. What is your answer? A lot of people have told me the answer is A. Why? Because he knew, he was aware, see, he knew that there was a leakage from the ceiling. Okay, the desk was placed on the corner of a room and the ceiling there was a leakage from the past couple of years. This is very important. He knew there was a leakage of water for the last couple of years. Thinking it to be a small matter, he did not move the desk elsewhere, and as a result, so it was under his control. He could have easily prevented, Seth could have easily prevented the flooding of his home. Seth could have easily prevented the flooding of his home, and hence the correct answer is option A, that although he knew that there was a leakage, he did not do anything. He knew that there was a leakage, but he did not do anything to prevent that leakage from happening. Am I clear? So the correct answer to this question is option A. Am I clear? Am I clear? Am I clear, friends? Okay. Let's go to question number 4. Seth has entered into an agreement with a customer on 1st March 2020, under which he agreed to provide certain electrical goods to the consumer's factory by 15th of March. The force majeure event described in the contract listed fire, flood, pandemic, war, terror attack, and civil commotion. Now, the force majeure clause over here includes fire, flood, pandemic, war, terror attack, or civil commotion. On 25th March, Seth called up his customer and told him that he would not be able to deliver the goods due to the lockdown and claims protection under the force majeure clause of the contract. Can he do so? Question number 4. He entered into the contract, he entered into the agreement on 1st March. He enters into the agreement to deliver goods on 15th March. Now comes 25th March. He was to deliver the good on 15th March. Am I clear? He entered into the contract on 1st March 2020. He was supposed to deliver the goods on 15th March 2020. Am I clear? Although there was a pandemic clause, although whatever it is, he did not deliver. Now, how can he say that he is going to, on 25th March, he says that he cannot give the product? Why on 25th? He should have taken it much before. Am I clear? So the correct answer is option D. Since the lockdown has been declared after the date for the delivery of goods. When was the lockdown declared? When was the lockdown declared? Understand this. Let's see, when was the lockdown declared? The lockdown was declared on 24th March. Come over here. 24th March. Lockdown has been declared on 24th March. Read this. The lockdown was declared on 24th March. Am I clear? So but he had to give the products on 15th March. How can he take advantage of a later event? How can he take advantage of a later event? Am I clear? Am I clear? Did you understand, friends? Am I clear? Hence the answer is option D. Am I clear? Did you understand? Okay. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Good, 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 good. So before we go and solve the fifth question, I would request all of you that do like the session, and definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel so that, and press the bell icon so that you do not miss on any notification. Now let's come to question number 5. Once the lockdown was lifted, and in the wake of COVID-19 crisis, the government of India announced various measures to help revive society and the economy. A government announcement published in all newspapers of April 30th stated that higher tax on sale of various goods such as electronics, electrical items which be levied on the seller of such goods to collect money to pay for the reconstruction effort post COVID-19 crisis. On May 1st, SAT entered into a contract with a customer to supply certain electrical goods. Okay. Now, it was published on the newspaper on 30th. Keep this in your mind. SAT enters into a contract on 1st May to supply certain electrical goods. On May 5th, the government announced additional 30% on sale of electrical goods to be paid by the seller of the goods. Under these circumstances, SAT should have suffered a loss by selling goods, since his profit margin would only be 20%. Suppose he would have earned 30% profit. Because of this additional tax, right now he is earning 20%. Can he use the force majeure clause? The answer is no. Suppose if he did not had to pay the additional 30%, he would have got 30% profit. Now, because of paying this additional tax of 30%, his profit has come down to 20%. Now, can he say no? He cannot use the force majeure clause. Now let's see which one is the correct answer. All the answers are no. Remember this. This is also no. This is also no. This is also no. This is also no. Okay. Now let's see which is the correct answer. Option A says, since the imposition of higher tax was not covered in the contract, of course not. Since SAT was aware of higher tax on sale of electrical goods could be levied when he entered into the contract. Okay, let's see. This is correct. Let's see question number C, option C. Since the levy of additional matter was matter within SAT's Gyansham's control. No, it was not under SAT Gyansham's control. Option D says, since SAT Gyansham Das could have taken steps to increase the price even after entering into the contract. Of course not, he could not have. So the correct answer is option B. Am I clear? Am I clear? So the correct answer to this question is option B. Am I clear? Am I clear? Okay. Am I clear, friends? Okay. Am I clear? There is someone called Shubham Agarwal. Please do not make derogatory comments. Please do not make derogatory comments. And I am sorry, Shubhangi, on behalf of this boy who has made certain derogatory comments. I am sorry on behalf of Shubham. Please do not make such comments in a public platform. I am sorry on behalf of Shubhangi. I am really sorry on behalf of this boy who has made some derogatory comment. I would request grade up team, Raghavinder, just block this boy called Shubham. Just block him. Absolutely, he needs to be blocked. Raghavinder, just block this boy called Shubham. He has made some absolutely derogatory comments. Some really bad comments about a girl, which is not acceptable. Please. Which is not acceptable at all. Okay. Whether you get into a law school or you don't get into a law school, that is different, but be at least a human being on earth. At least one can even try to become a human being. Everybody might not be a lawyer, everybody might not be a judge, everybody might not be Mukesh Ambani or Anil Ambani, but at least become a human being on earth. So with this we come to the end of today's class. Friends, we have launched a Target Law 2020, a Scoreup course, which is going to be provided, which is going to provide 100 plus live classes, interactive quizzes, practice question, mock test, topic wise quizzes and PDFs, and full coverage of current affairs and legal knowledge. Okay, so this is a crash course that we have launched. Thank you very much. Up on your screen is the CLAT YouTube schedule, where you can take a screenshot of it, and we are providing free classes over here. Okay, we are providing free classes in YouTube CLAT Grade Up channel. Okay, thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.